Tonight on CTV, hear about CSU's Sustainability Center and the panel they held recently to discuss our consumption habits.
Then listen in as CSU's Occupational Therapy program was just ranked top 3 in the nation by U.S. News.
And finally, step into the world of fashion history with CSU's Avenir Museum and their latest exhibit, Tiger's Leap.
All this and more tonight on CTV.
Good evening, Rams. I'm Madison Szpunar.
And I'm Brandon Lennon. Starting off with a piece of breaking news, reports have come from a few hours ago have confirmed a shooting on Florida State University campus. As reports come out, the authorities have confirmed 2 deaths and several injuries. Also confirmed by authorities is that the gunman has been placed in custody, and the Associated Press has released an article claiming that the gunman had used his mother's old service weapon to dole out the attack. More information is coming out by the minute, and our hearts go out to those affected by this tragedy. With 3 confirmed cases of measles in Colorado alone, and many more nationwide, there are many questions on how to protect yourself. The most important thing to remember is that surfaces can stay infected with measles up to 2 hours later. UC Health Senior Director of Infection Prevention, Dr. Barron, recommends to get the vaccine as soon as possible.
So the only way to not
Notably, is not a way to treat measles, and in fact may do more harm than good, with side effects ranging from nausea, blurred vision, and pain.
After a gun was reportedly brought to a school in Loveland, 2 students are facing a court summons. Police say the incident happened on April 1st at High Plains School K-8. Investigators found that 2 students brought an unloaded gun to campus. However, police have yet to release information on the identity of the students and who the firearm belonged to. Police say the matter was taken seriously and handled promptly. Anyone with more information is urged to contact Loveland Police or Larimer County Crime Stoppers.
A federal judge in Denver has temporarily paused deportations linked to Trump administration's policy. The ruling came Monday night from a U.S. District Judge, Charlotte Sweeney, stopping the removal of immigrants at the Aurora ICE facility. The lawsuit was filed by the American Civil Liberties Union, and they say that the detained were being held without charges or due process. The Trump administration had tried to deport them using the Alien Enemies Act, a law that dates back to 1798, claiming they were linked to the Venezuelan gang known as Tren de Aragua. The judge's temporary order will remain into effect until at least April 21st, when further action is expected.
Across the nation, sweeping revoking of international students' visas has been taking place. According to CNN, more than 500 students have had their visas canceled. In Colorado, a total of 22 students have had their visas revoked between Colorado State University and Colorado University, according to the Channel 9 News. The Trump administration says that they have revoked many of these visas on grounds of pro-Palestine stances or engagement with on-campus protests. As time continues, it is suspected that more visas will be revoked.
Danu's State National Defense Army has released footage of their attacks on Mayo Zhang's vehicle. Viewer discretion is advised. The DSNDA have said their ambush resulted in the death of the captain, displaying his military identification as proof, though no statement has been made to prove or deny these claims. The anti-junta forces say they opened fire on the vehicle after it began to drive away from the Uwangbang-Angban Road checkpoint. This attack is one of many that the DSNDA, also known as the Danube People's Liberation Front, has conducted against the pro-junta forces in the area. Now, before we continue, let's throw it over to Michael Rosales to give us a live update on one of Fort Collins' local film festivals. Michael?
Thanks, guys. I'm currently at the Lyric, the independent movie theater right here in Fort Collins, where the Student Nature Film Festival has taken over. Aspiring Fort Collins filmmakers will have the opportunity to show off their film on the big screen and also compete for one of the festival's many awards. I'm joined here with Giovanna. Giovanna, why is it important for you to be here tonight?
Totally. Well, so I'm a production head of Treestone Films, and I have submitted a 3-minute doc to this film festival, as well as a few of my other crew members. But beyond just that, I think it's really essential to support and foster a really beautiful film community here in Fort Collins. And also, there's just not a lot of opportunities for you to actually get your stuff on the big screen. You know, there's a total difference between like showing something to someone on your phone or on a computer, and then to take it to another level of having the sound design of a whole theater and having that immersive experience is just not something as like an entry-level filmmaker you usually get to have. So this is just an excellent opportunity to come out, have my film be shown on a more professional level, and also celebrate my peers and get to know other people outside of Rocky Mountain Student Media that are also in film.
Yeah. As we look around, there's a lot of people here to support. Kind of going off of what you said, why is it important to not only support Colorado filmmaking, but also the filmmaking that happens right here, not only in Fort Collins, but also on our campus?
Totally. So, well, I think that everything kind of starts at a local community level, right? So if you try to go to the macrocosm before understanding the microcosm, you kind of lose out on all of this intimacy. And I really think that filmmaking, like you look at Hollywood and all of this, it's a lot of like hot shot, hot button kind of topics of like a lot of, excess sort of competition that's unnecessary and a lot of bullying and belittling. And I think when you take it to a state or federal level, that's more likely to happen before you build really strong foundations in your local communities. You have a little bit more intimacy. People are a little bit more willing to work together and foster connections rather than on a more state level where you might not know people. There's just a lot more opportunities for deep connections that might take you to the state and federal level, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. As you guys heard, there's a lot of cool stuff happening on this side of the camera. I'll be back later in the show with another update, but for now, I'm going to throw it back to you guys on desk. Michael Rosales, CTV 11, live right here at the Lyric.
Thanks for that, Michael. We'll check in with him again later. But for now, let's stick around, Rams. We'll be right back with Lena Juhlin, and we'll have your full weather forecast right after the break.
Living with someone you don't know on the other side of the wall is hard, especially if you don't know how to be a good roommate. The first thing that you'll want to do to be a good roommate is make sure that you always stay quiet. Be considerate of others when using common spaces and appliances.
Hey buddy, what you doing?
I'm just gonna need like 40 minutes. Be respectful of your roommate's privacy. Ugh, my bad. Finally, make sure that you clean up after yourself. Oh, fresh toothbrush.
Have you seen my toothbrush?
Follow these tips to get along with your roommates and your landlord.
Hi Rams, my name is Lena Juhlin, coming to you from the CSU campus. Right now, as you can see, it is snowing outside. Temperatures are 43 on the ground, but colder up high. Humidity is at 54%. Sunset is at 7:42 p.m. and we have 16 mile-per-hour winds. For tomorrow's forecast, you can expect more snow with a high of 35 and a low of 27. The humidity will be 70% with the sunset being at 7:43 p.m. and 9 mile-per-hour winds. With this snow, the National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning and advisory for the following areas: Fort Collins, Estes Park, Red Feather Lakes, Cameron Pass, Denver, and Berthoud Pass. The Colorado Department of Transportation has also issued warnings for those on the roads. This week you can expect some cooler weather as well through Saturday, and then it will heat back up on Sunday with high being 62, low of 34. By the end of next week, you can expect the cooler weather to come back in. That's all we have for weather. Back to you guys.
23 years ago, construction began on a modified Komatsu bulldozer that would destroy multiple businesses in the Granby, Colorado area. The driver, Marvin Heemeyer, and his makeshift tank would be known as the Killdozer. Heemeyer bought his Komatsu bulldozer only a few days later after his court case and he would begin modifications by adding 3-inch thick plating on the outside and arming himself with several handguns and rifles. The incident would come to an end after the bulldozer became stuck in a building, leading to Mayor taking his life before authorities could apprehend him.
With Earth Day just around the corner, Colorado State University is putting sustainability in the spotlight. The Student Sustainability Center recently hosted a panel open to students and the CSU community, sparking important conversations about consumption habits both on campus and across the U.S.
Big difference between organic and non-organic. You know, I mean, there's common misconceptions there.
This week, the Student Sustainability Center hosted a discussion aimed at tackling the pressing issues of consumerism with experts from various fields.
A lot of us were brought together to look at avenues and issues within the consumption within the United States. So we were coming here to identify what are some of the problems, what could be some of the solutions, and how can we bring people together to do that.
They also explored how social media may have an impact on our consumerism.
Yeah, I absolutely think social media plays a part in this. I mean, it's what's driving the industries, really. You know, you're looking at influencers. They're telling you what products to go check out, which ones they really like. You know, social media can really help push the needle in either direction.
By engaging in this conversation, some students are already beginning to find new habits.
Yeah, I mean, get outside and give back a little bit. You know, get outside of yourself. See what people are going through in your community. See the issues that they may have, food they're putting on the table or clothes that they can't buy. Push on your local representatives to do more.
So before the panel, I was already a vegetarian, so I try to limit my consumption food-wise. And after the panel, I'm going to try to shop at Rams Against Hunger Pantry more. And I already try to limit my consumption with fashion, but I'm just going to try to buy less.
The event brought together voices from various backgrounds to explore how we can all take steps toward a more sustainable future. For many in the CSU community, it was an opportunity to learn more and consider different approaches to resources, to resource use both locally and nationally. For more information, visit the Sustainability Center in room 108 in Johnson Hall.
In downtown Fort Collins, there's a new authentic German eatery. Schneider's Schnitzel service opened their doors today and allowed the folks of Fort Collins to try authentic German schnitzel, house-made sausage, and a rotating chef's special. Schneider's Schnitzels is located off of North College Avenue. And now we're checking back with Michael Rosales again, who is at the Student Nature Film Festival to see how the event is unfolding. Michael?
Thanks, guys. I'm still currently at the Lyric, the independent movie theater for the Student Nature Film Festival. I'm currently joined with Carolina Graves, Executive Director at Tree Stump Films. Carolina, what brought you here tonight?
Well, tonight we have 2 documentaries showing at the SNV. Tree Stump Films has also had a role in setting up the film festival and kind of organizing it. I'll be emceeing it tonight along with my co-host. Yeah, we're super excited to be here.
Awesome. And you know, what could you tell us about what went on behind the scenes of this event? You know, kind of putting it all together.
Yeah, so this has actually been in the works since about August. So a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of hands and hard work has been put in for tonight, but everyone's super excited to be here. I think it all turned out beautifully, and we're super excited to see all the films.
Awesome. Thank you so much. As that event time starts to creep up, a lot more people are starting to show up here at the theater. The films by these students will be shown in the mothership room, and, you know, I think I may need to go get my seat. So back to you guys on desk.
Thanks for that, Michael. But that's all we have for you right now. But stick around because right after the break, our sports reporter Payton Barill will fill us in on all things sports.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
Hi Ram fans, happy Thursday and welcome back to CTV. I'm Payton Barill and tonight we'll take a look at the Women's Mountain West Golf Tournament that teed off on Tuesday morning in Rancho Mirage, California. The 3-day tournament hosts collegiate athletes on the Dinah Shore Tournament course at Mission Hills Country Club. The 54-hole course is designed for players to move through 18 holes per day. Going into the tournament, much of the competition has been nationally recognized with 5 competing programs ranked in the top 100. Colorado State at number 91 sits behind UNLV at number 38 and San Jose State at number 46. In round 1 of the tournament, Nevada led by 3 strokes, with San Jose's Lucia Lopez Ortega taking the individual lead. Ortega went 3 strokes under, earning a score of 69 for the round. Colorado State wrapped up the day in 4th place, led by Kara Kaneshiro, who shot 1 under 71. Just a few weeks ago, Kaneshiro earned her 6th Mountain West Golfer title of the week and has proved herself a valuable asset to the Rams. Following her performance on the round, here's what the sophomore had to say.
It was a long day out there, so I think I just really took things one shot at a time and kind of let the birdies come, tried to save some shots where I could, but it was a fun day out there.
Of the tournament teed off at 7 yesterday morning. Making her way to the top of the leaderboard to tie things up with Ortega was UNLV's Toa Yokoyama, who finished the round at 2 under 70. Yokoyama not only moved up 4 individual places, but was a key player in bumping UNLV up to 2nd place as a team. By the 36th hole, Nevada fell to 3rd place, replaced by San Jose State to claim the lead. Still on top for the Rams, Kaneshiro finished 4th individually, helping CSU hold on to 4th place as a team and tie with New Mexico. Third and final round of the tournament took place today and named Ortega the Women's Mountain West Golf Champion. Ortega helped lead the Spartans back to their first back-to-back championship and 3rd since joining the conference in 2013. Colorado State took home 4th place, celebrating Kaneshiro's 5th place finish and teammates Katie Sinchcombe and Jacinda Lee finishing in the top 25. That's all for sports tonight, but after the break, we'll look at CSU's high-ranking therapy programs. See you, Rams.
After 2 years?
You gotta be kidding me! Okay, no.
Robbie.
Seriously, do you have anything you can use against the dragon? I can do fireball, that'll do a lot of damage. Yeah, to all of us!
Well,
We're in a 4-foot group!
I'm sorry, what else do you want me to do? I can't
Okay. Hold on. All right. Wizard, what do you do? Wizard?
I don't think I'm into this kind of stuff fully. I can't do it. Hey, I think I'm pretty anxious. I'm just
No, we can pause this.
We can take a break. Let me go get some water. Yeah,
It's another day. Yes, we're good.
Good evening, Rams. I'm Robert Sides, your feature reporter. CSU's graduate program in occupational therapy recently ranked at number 3 in U.S. News' list for the best health schools for 2025. Behind the high rank lie the students and the faculty that make the prestige possible. When Malachi Haynes was looking for graduate programs in occupational therapy, he wanted to find a program with a diverse curriculum and opportunities for hands-on practice. The program he chose not only offers all of what he wanted, but is the 3rd best program in the country, according to U.S. News.
I just like the layout, the curriculum, the outline of CSU's OT program. I felt like it was home to me.
The curriculum involves first-hand exposure and practice in several forms of occupational therapy, which Haynes says is important for him to determine what he wants to do after he graduates.
I don't really know right now, but if I had to give you an answer, I would say that I want to work with hands. I want to become a hands therapist. And I feel like CSU has done an amazing job of guiding me along the way to make sure I take those steps to get there.
The hands-on education is possible thanks to the curriculum being one of the only programs in the country to be community-oriented.
The students that we attract are often a little bit different from students that choose to go somewhere else. They are interested in community-based programming.
To Haynes, the program offers opportunities to help him rediscover his drive in pursuing occupational therapy. He discovered that he wants to help others find the same drives in their lives.
I'm helping people engage in occupations and activities that are meaningful to them and things that that really resonate and have some sort of a value to that person.
Malachi Haynes is thankful for the experience occupational therapy offers him and the program and faculty that make it all possible. Robert Sides, CTV. CSU's Occupational Therapy program holds high standards, beaten only by Boston University and the University of Southern California. For more information about the 2025 rankings for graduate health programs, visit usnews.com/bestgraduateschools/top health schools.
Good evening, Rams. I'm Karma Robbins. Tonight, we take a closer look at the Avenir Museum of Design and Merchandising, located here on campus. This public museum is part of Colorado State University's Department of Design and Merchandising. Throughout the year, it hosts a wide range of exhibits exploring clothing, textiles, culture, and history. I recently had the chance to attend their latest exhibit, Tiger's Leap, Fashion, Past, Present, Future, an experience that transports viewers through decades of fashion innovation, going as far back as 1800s.
Tiger's Leap has been in thoughts from over a year ago to pick and choose what pieces to show for this exhibit.
The curatorial process for this exhibition was extremely fun, but in this exhibition, we started by going through our cabinets in the collections in the back of the museum, and we started with newer pieces that we have, and we were looking for historical references. So
Tiger's Leap was inspired by wanting to showcase different fashion trends from the past, present, and even hinting at future ones.
We all know that fashion goes through cycles, right? We've all had the experience of maybe wearing something we picked up in a vintage shop, or maybe it's new and our grandparents, our aunts, our uncles, our parents say, I wore that when I was your age. The message of Tiger's Leap ultimately is that what was once old is eventually going to come back into style.
Tiger's Leap is a must-see for the Fort Collins community.
One goal is that they think about fashion in a different way. So I always think about exhibitions here at the Avenir as an invitation for folks to think differently, and fashion is the perfect illustration of that. So there's always something beneath the substance that gives meaning to what is on the surface of a fashionable silhouette.
The Tiger's Leap exhibit is not just a walk through fashion, it's a journey through time. Curated with intentionality, every piece was selected to highlight how style from the past influences design in the present and even inspires the future. Part 1 of the exhibit runs through April 26th, but that's not the end. A second tour, known as Part 2, will open on May 6th and run through mid-July, featuring new looks and rotating styles for anyone interested in fashion, history, or simply appreciating art in clothing form. The Avenir Museum offers a unique way to connect with culture, past and present. So Robert, have you gotten into any new fashion trends recently?
I don't know. Normally I just wear a flannel and jeans no matter what the occasion is.
Yeah, that's okay. I've started to experiment with different styles, so I love doing that.
I mean, kind of good for me that I didn't hold the exhibition, because it would have been past flannel and jeans, present flannel and jeans, future flannel and jeans.
That would be hilarious. Well, but that's all we have for you tonight, Rams. Check out our YouTube channel for more content all week. Stay safe and have a great weekend.